What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode here at Travel System. Today we're going over some maintenance, important things that you got to do when you're off-roading. Not only do you have to do your oil changes, your transmission oil, your axles and all that, but you also have to maintain your air filter. A lot of people forget and they keep driving their truck with a really dirty filter, and it affects your performance. I partnered up with K&N about a year ago. They did the R&D on the Bronco. Both of my rigs rock their Furman setup, and I wanted to go through what it takes to clean it, what a cone that's very dirty after a few miles of off-roading, and then a clean one, and show you the differences. And not only that, but then we're gonna install one on your regular average street car, so that way you guys can see the differences in how good the build quality is on a k&n filter versus a regular stock filter. Stick around, we're gonna take these cars apart, show you what the filters look like, and then we're also gonna show you how to clean the cone filter with the k&n cleaners and how to re-oil them if you already have some on your car. Stick around. All right, so first things first, we're gonna start with the Gladiator. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take apart the system I already installed. If you do decide to purchase one, obviously go through all the instructions. I'll put all the part numbers down below. That way you guys, if you do wanna purchase it, you'll know the part number for the actual car. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it apart, show you what the filter looks really dirty after, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand miles of off-roading, and then we'll show you the difference between a clean one, a dirty one, and that's why you should maintain it. So stick around, we're gonna start tearing it apart. So if you install the system yourself or you are planning on getting one to service it, it's relatively easy. Everything's right here in front of you. All you gotta do is remove this hose. There's a sensor right here. You just push and remove that. And then all you need is a number 8 socket. And this whole thing actually pulls out once you remove the T25 Torx. And this whole system comes out, you'll be able to service the filter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it apart and show you what that looks like. So that's the 3 bolts with the Torx, and then this whole system, like I said, you push it out from here and you pull the whole filter out, and you can see how dirty it looks from, and I've cleaned this a couple times already, but you see the difference. And I'll show you a fresh filter so you can see what the big difference is after wheeling it. So stick around, we'll go ahead and show you the new one and this one side by side. The new filter, we took the old one off. I'm gonna show you what the difference is. I already went up and opened it just to make sure it was the proper one. If you are replacing your filter and you already have this system, it is RU2850. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open this box up. And Canon's been around forever, so you guys can see right by their colors that this is their system. There you go. You see the difference in the 2 cones. So this is the new, clean, oiled, ready to install filter. And then this is the very nasty one that came off after a few thousand miles of wheeling. There's bugs in there and everything. But if you look at the inside, it really did its job. On the inside, everything's nice and clean. But we are gonna go through the process of cleaning it and then installing this one so we can show you the difference. And then we'll also install it on the Kia so we can show you what a drop-in looks like. Cleaning this is so important, and then I'll tell you why there's 2 here, so that way you can kind of think about doing the same thing. So stick around, we're gonna do the Bronco next, and we'll show you that side by side, and then we'll go with the cleaning process. All right, so now we're gonna do the Bronco. This is actually the first time I've removed this filter to check it since I got it. So it has about 5,000 miles on it, so we're gonna check what it looks like. And what's awesome about K&N and the way they did their systems is all the bolts and nuts are all the same. They all use 8mm sockets for the brackets, and then they use T25 Torx for all their little bolts that come out like that. So what we're gonna do is gonna remove the 4 top ones. Again, be very careful. Be very careful so you don't drop it into the engine bay. Once you remove most of it, you can just do it by hand. You can remove it, but yeah, it's pretty much simple. You take that off, and then there's an 8mm socket right here, and then the whole filter pops out. So the filter comes out, and you can see it's very, very dirty. We're gonna open up the new one and show you the difference on a new filter also, and then obviously the one that's been used. But again, you look at the inside still looks fresh. It did its job, kept all the dirt and dust, everything out of the engine. That's really important. A regular stock filter will do its job for a while, but not as good as a K&N performance filter will. So stick around, I'm gonna open up that box and show you what the difference looks like. All right, so just like the other one, I already opened it up. The part number for this one is RU1048 if you already have the system and you want to replace the filter or have an extra one on hand. Again, this box is nice. Comes nice and wrapped up. Replacement filters right there. And again, huge difference from one that's been used, obviously. And then this is about 5,000 miles, but the inside's nice and clean. And then there's the very nice clean. So this is kind of what your intake should look like. And most street cars will actually look this way even after a few thousand miles. And this is what a dirty off-road one looks like. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you how to clean them, so that way you can reuse your filter instead of having to replace it. So now we're gonna start the cleaning process. I'm gonna show you what that looks like and why I have two filters. And the one awesome thing about K&N versus your regular filter that you normally go get at the dealership is you have to keep replacing it, where the K&N one, you clean it, pop it back in, and you're good to go for a few more thousand miles. So they do guarantee their filters for, I believe it's 1,000,000 miles. Don't quote me on that, check their website. But we're gonna go through the cleaning process. I'll show you what that looks like, and then it's gonna look like this once we're done. Please hold. We're gonna go through the cleaning process now. K&N does make their own solutions for cleaning and oiling it, and it's really simple. The first step is you gotta spray your dirty cones with the cleaner. You let them sit for about 10 minutes, and then you rinse them off, repeat. And once the filter looks clean and dry, then you apply the oil, and then you kind of just let it sit for 20 minutes, check it, make sure everything's covered, and then respray, let it sit for another 20 minutes, and then your filter's pretty much ready once it's all dried up and ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray these down with the cleaner, rinse it off, show you what it looks like after we rinsed it and how important it is to really notice the difference. I'm gonna show you the technique, and then that way you guys can clean your own filters and then have them nice and fresh every time you go out. Stick around. All right, so this is their actual K&N cleaner. I'm sure that there's other cleaners for filters, but honestly, if you have a K&N filter, why not use their stuff? It's not really expensive, and you can find this on their website also. I'll have it all linked below, like I said once before. But all you gotta do is spray it all down, and don't get weak with it. Like, really soak it in. Put it all in there. And again, you're gonna repeat this process a few times. I normally do it 3 times, and then everything comes off. This breaks everything down. You could also take a toothbrush if it's really nasty and scrub it down just a little bit, but you don't want to damage the filter either. So I normally do this, and then if it still looks really nasty, then we go through the next step. So I'm gonna soak both of them up, and you can see that it's a little clean on some of the areas. So the Bronco didn't get beat down as much as the Gladiator did. But spray everything down. All right, so we're gonna let these soak for 10 minutes while we install the other filters, and then we'll come back, we'll rinse them down and respray them, so that way you can see the cleaning process as it works. And then at the final step, we'll be making sure we put the oil. The oil is this piece right here. Again, I'll put everything in the description below, and you guys will be able to use it. So stick around, we're gonna go install that while this soaks, and then we'll be right back. All right, so this is what they look like once they're installed and they're nice and clean. Obviously, these are the new ones, but we are gonna clean the other ones and show you the difference. I don't want you to think that we're just showing you the new one. The cleaners actually work really well. But this is the installed one for the Jeep, and the one for the Bronco is all in the box also. So we're gonna go ahead and put these all, finish it all off, and then we'll get back to the cleaning process. All right, so this is the first rinse off. Let's see what it does, and then we'll go ahead and reapply it. But you'll see the difference. You can see the dirt falling off of it. You can start seeing the color come back. Rinse it all off. Nice cold water, nothing too strong. You don't want to damage the filter either. But you'll start noticing like the color come back. So nice little rinse. And then what you want to do is reapply the cleaner again, but you can see the color starting to come back already. And yeah, then you just reapply the oil once it's done, and that's a wrap. But we're gonna apply the cleaner one more time. I'll show you what the Bronco one looks like. So here's the Bronco one. We're gonna go ahead and start rinsing it now. And you can tell right away all the dirt and grime is starting to come off. And honestly, I'm not sure if all the other solutions will do the same thing, but This K&N cleaning solution for their filter works really, really well. You can see the color coming back already. I already resprayed the other one. We're gonna go ahead and respray this. So stick around, and then once we show you the final cleaning, we're gonna let it dry for an hour or so. We'll put it in the sun, and then we'll spray it with the cleaner. Now we're actually doing our daily car. So this is what most people will have, you know, your traditional commuter. And what you want to do is replace your filter every 6 months or every year, depending on how dirty or how many miles you're putting on your car. And most traditional filters are made out of paper, where the K&N ones are mostly cotton. So you'll see a huge difference as soon as we take it apart. But these are just a drop-in. These are not a whole system, so you don't have to do the whole system. You could do a simple drop-in, and it'll still help a lot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this box up, show you the difference, and then we'll show you what the K&N one looks like too. So on this particular car, all you gotta do is pop the couple clips, and this is really easy. It just slides out. You pull this up, and then you're able to reach the filter. So this filter is actually a paper one, and it looks like it's pretty clean on top. It's well maintained, but you can see the bottom. And if you start pulling these filters back, you'll be able to see that there's a lot of dirt and nasty shit in there. Pulling these filters back, you'll be able to see there's a lot of grime, dirt, nasty bugs. These actually retain everything, and I think honestly flow is diminished after some time, so that's why they always recommend you to replace them. Where the K&N one, you just clean, oil back up, and then drop it back in. So here's this one. This is what this looks like. I'm gonna open up the K&N one, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open this up so you can show you the difference. This box is skinnier, so we can already see a big difference there. But there's the K&N, and this one's nice and oiled, so that's why the plastic's on top. But you can see the huge difference. The filtration is just different. This is wired cotton. It's nice. And another thing that this does provide also is performance. So it gave me a little bit of power on both of the trucks. It's a cleaner environment for the engine. Yeah, dropping in a K&N, it's a simple, a little bit of horsepower, a little bit of sound, and it goes a long way. So we're gonna drop this in and show you how easy that is, and that's it. We pretty much open it up. All right, so all you gotta do is open this bag up, strip this thing, and it's already pre-oiled, so all you gotta do is open it up, open up your box, drop it in, lock that bad boy in there, and that's it. You're done. You should feel a little bit of a difference. You should hear a different sound, and it'll actually keep your car cleaner. And it's part of maintenance. Again, if you do your oil change, check your air filter. The cool thing is about these drop-in ones, you can pull them out, kind of dust them off, and then pop them back in if they're not really dirty. Get yourself the cleaning solution, get yourself the re-oil kit, and just clean them up yourself, or have the extra one like I do, and that way you have one ready to pop in. Clean the other one, let it dry up while you're gone or doing your own thing. So we're gonna go check on the other filters, and then we'll show you what the oil process is, and then we'll wrap up the video. Thanks for sticking around. All right, so now that they both sat in the sun and they dried out, they're completely dry, so you gotta make sure they're completely dry before you actually spray it. Again, you wanna do the air filter oil, and then this will turn them red, and it'll look brand new. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and coat both of them. Again, this is the cleaner. This goes first, this goes second. We're gonna coat these and show you what it is. You wanna do 2 light coats versus 1 heavy coat. So you do 1 light coat, let it sit for 20 minutes, do the second coat, and you're all set. And it's really nice to have 2 filters, because that way you can do one while the other one's already there. You kind of just put these away, let them dry, spray them, let them sit while you get out of here, do your thing, and you have the nice fresh filter ready to go. But yeah, so we're gonna spray these down and show you what that looks like. So we're gonna do the first coat. Again, you wanna go light and then go ahead and do it twice. So we'll do the first one. Turn it. All right, so that's the first coat. Once you get it in there, if you don't want to get it all over your hands, obviously wear some gloves, but I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands. So that's the first coat, it's on there. We're gonna go ahead and grab the Bronco one now. Bronco one, same thing. You want to do 2 light coats, go in. All right, so that's the first coat, and you can start seeing that the color from when you pulled it out of the box is starting to come back. And you know, that's a traditional K&N look. So we're gonna go ahead and let this sit for 20 minutes. We'll come back, respray the last coat, clean the tops off, and show you what it looks finalized. And then we'll put it against one of the other ones that's brand new, so you can see that they look basically identical. All right, so now that the filters have completely dried out and been ready, you can tell they look just like brand new. And the other one's in there, you can compare it. This one does have a little nicks and knacks just because, you know, we've removed it a couple times, but filter looks nice and new. The inside is nice and clean, and it's ready to be used for the next time. So once I put a few thousand miles on this one, what I'll do is I'll do the same process, and it keeps your filter clean, it keeps your car happy, and then you don't really have to worry about it. It also gives you performance, so why not do it, right? Keep your car happy the whole time. They also make cabin filters. They do have it for the Gladiator, and they do have it for the Bronco. Again, I'll put all the parts below in the description, and if you guys do need to get a setup. All right, so that wraps up another video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon if you haven't already. Make sure you join us. We do Drink and Chill every Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's a constant thing that I've been doing. We talk about what's coming up next, the next run, the next videos, and other contests. So make sure you join us there. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Hopefully this was very beneficial to you guys. And go shop K&N, man. They hooked me up and they took care of the trucks, and we're going to continue to use them. So appreciate you guys sticking around. Deuces. We'll see you next time.